How's it going, everybody? Blake here with Ramblin' Movie Takes, coming at you with a review for Birds of Prey. Alright, so before I get into this movie, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, it would mean a lot, or give it a thumbs down if you don't like this video, it all helps, and comment below, let me know what you thought of Birds of Prey. Alright, so with that out of the way, I like this movie. I thought it was good. I had a great time watching it. I am glad that I went to see it. I was a little late getting to the theater. We had some bad weather, last Thursday, and that kind of got in the way of me going to the theater and seeing the movie. Friday was just a busy day. Saturday, I was in Atlanta. I went to a convention called Days of the Dead. I posted a video up on the channel if you would like to hear about my experience at Days of the Dead. It was awesome. And Sunday, we, as tired as we were after, going to Atlanta the day before and everything we were doing up there, like, we finally got up there, man. Like, we made a point to go see Birds of Prey because we were like, me and my friend Tyler, I keep saying we, me and my friend Tyler, who has the Geek Radar channel, we were like, we got to go see this movie. We got to review it for our channels and everything. And, this is a big movie. And anyways, so I like this movie. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Margot Robbie is as amazing as always. Like, she is so great. Like, she really is. And look, this movie has so much action in it. It is violent. The pacing is great throughout. It is not a movie that at any point I believe will bore you. But, I mean, it's a movie that moves. It doesn't stop. This movie does draw some influences from movies like Deadpool. And, I saw some John Wick comparisons to this movie too. I don't necessarily agree with them, but I can see what they're talking about. But this movie, if you like Deadpool, if you like Deadpool 2, you're probably going to like this movie. And, yeah. And I thought the supporting cast did a great job as well. I can't remember all the actors' names. I know, the girl that played Black Canary, she was great. I think her name is Journey Smollett-Bell. She did a great job as the Black Canary. I thought Ewan McGregor did a phenomenal job as Black Mask. I enjoyed seeing him in this role. I'm not the most familiar with the Birds of Prey comics. I'm not all that familiar with Black Mask. So I was like, going in, I was like, okay, this is something that is completely new to me. Like, I knew who Harley Quinn was, obviously, because I've seen Suicide Squad, which this movie is a direct sequel to, and I figured it probably was, and I was worried about that, honestly, because I hated Suicide Squad. I actually tried to watch it again last night after seeing Birds of Prey, and I was like, nah, I can't watch it. That movie sucks, yo. Like, I can't watch it. I tried to watch it again, but it is a movie that just gets worse and worse and worse every time I try to watch it. But anyways, Birds of Prey, this is a far superior movie to Suicide Squad. And I'm going to do a DC ranking, a DCEU ranking. So if I do a DC ranking, I'll tell you right now, like, if we look at all the DC movies as a whole, which I might do. I was about to give away, like, what I would actually put as my number one. But anyone that knows me knows what movie will be number one. So, I'll probably do that, though. Now that I'm thinking about it, that sounds like it'll be something very interesting to do for this channel, to actually do a DCEU ranking and to do a DC movie ranking of all the DC films that have come out. So, yeah, I might do that. I'm definitely going to do a DCEU ranking. I made up my mind on that the other day, that I wanted to do a DCEU ranking, because I haven't done one. So, anyways, guys, like I said, I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I thought it was good. I thought the story was fine. It's, to give you a brief synopsis on it, basically Harley Quinn and the Joker break up. Harley Quinn goes out on her own. She's basically trying to survive on her own. she has a bunch of people that want to kill her. Eventually she does have to go like team up with the villain, or to find this diamond that Roman Soronas, or whatever his name is, Black Mask, wants, and because it's worth a lot of money, and it would basically give him all this power or whatever. So that's basically the brief synopsis. The whole Birds of Prey thing, I'll tell you right now, it's not a spoiler. I mean, maybe it is, but there's no Birds of Prey in this movie until like the third act. So keep that in mind. It is a Harley Quinn movie, and Birds of Prey are just kind of there. I don't know why they didn't just call the movie Harley Quinn. I really don't. But it is what it is. So, I've already mentioned it, but, this movie is violent. It does deserve its R rating. And it is paced very well. The fight scenes are worth watching. This movie's worth going to for the fight scenes alone. And, some great character portrayals, great acting jobs across the board. I really did not like Mary Elizabeth Winstead as a Huntress. I thought, don't get me wrong, she looks the part, and I thought her fight scenes were great. But the whole, every time she would try to cut a joke and stuff, or every time she would try to crack a joke, pull off these one-liners and everything and try to be funny, you can just tell that she's out of her element with that. It's just not her. She's just not that kind of actress. But aside from that, I have no gripes with the Huntress character. So, and like I said, obviously, I'm talking about cracking jokes and everything. This is a comedy. This movie, it is a comedy. It's an action movie. And, yeah. And I also want to give a shout out to the little girl that plays Cassandra Cain. I can't remember her name. I should have did some research before making this video. But she did a great job. I really, really liked her. I really liked her. She was a funny kid. So, my final rating for this movie, I'd probably, I've been thinking about it. It's hard to rate this movie because I don't really know exactly where to put it. But I'm going to go with an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I like this movie a lot. I didn't love it. There are things about it that I'm not crazy about, but I did like this movie a lot. I got to give it an 8 out of 10 because it does deserve it. Now, before I let you go, again, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Give this video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Comment below too. Let me know what you think about this movie, because I'm curious, man. I want to talk to people about it and get the general idea of what people are thinking about this movie, which I think I already know, from scrolling Twitter and Facebook and all that. But still, I want to hear from you, and I want you to let me know what you think about it. But anyways, before I let you go though, I just want to say, look, people are avoiding this movie. There are people that are actively avoiding this movie because they don't want to be like preached to and all this. There's a lot of men that don't want to go watch it. And look, I'm not what you're probably thinking I am at this point. But look, there are men. We know there are that don't want to go see this movie. There has to be some kind of boycott from people saying, no, I don't want to be, from men saying that I don't want to go see a movie about all women kicking ass and taking names, and I don't want to be lectured to about, feminism and all this and that, which is understandable. Nobody wants that. But, and look, Warner Brothers has done a terrible job marketing this movie because they have marketed it as a movie that's going to do just that. And that's on them. That is on them, because the movie itself, whereas it does have those leanings, it's really not that bad in terms of, the preaching and the man hating and all that. Like it really doesn't go that far. I mean, there's a little bit of it peppered in, but I wouldn't say it goes as far as to like man hate and man shame and all this and that. Like it's definitely toned down on the political messaging. It's not a movie that's going to beat you over the head with its message. It's just kind of there. It's subtle, and if you're sensitive to it, it's probably going to bother you. But if you are sensitive to it, if you're that sensitive to it and that insecure in who you are personally, I think that says more about you than it does about this movie. So let me just say that. Don't let, your fear of being lectured or preached to keep you from seeing this movie. All right? If you believe that it could be a fun movie to watch, then go see it. Because it's worth your time, it's worth your money. And I do think it's an absolute shame that more people aren't seeing this movie. And that it is really disappointing at the box office. Some people are calling it a bomb. It's not a bomb. It's going to make its money back and it's going to profit. But, in the world we live in, comic book movies are supposed to make hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars. And having a $30-something million opening is just not acceptable. But it just kind of is what it is. I do hope, though, for the sake of this movie, that it does have legs and that it does turn a good profit. Good enough at least that it tells Warner Brothers that, hey, there's a market out there for people that want these kind of movies. These more mature movies. These more violent movies, instead of the, typical cookie cutter PG-13 run-of-the-mill stuff that we're accustomed to getting. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it. Go see this movie. It's worth seeing. My final rating, look, I'm gonna say it's a theater experience. You need to go see it in the theater. It's worth seeing. This is a theater experience. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got. Please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it. And comment below. Do comment below. Let me know what you think about the movie. And let's talk about it. All right.